Australia, a land of contrasts and extremes, the world's smallest continent, yet its largest island, a place where the land meets the sea in a dramatic embrace. This land of paradoxes boasts a landmass almost as large as the United States, stretching over 7.7 million square kilometers, yet, a staggering 95% of its population is squeezed into a thin coastal strip, where the cities buzz with life and the beaches are teeming with activity. Why is so much of Australia empty? What keeps the heart of this vast land so desolate? The answer lies in a combination of geography, climate, and history. The land itself is a formidable adversary. This vast landmass presents formidable challenges to human habitation. Rugged terrains and remote areas make it difficult for communities to thrive. Australia is a land of extremes. From scorching deserts to snow-capped mountains, the diversity is both beautiful and daunting. The interior, a seemingly endless expanse of deserts and scrubland, is known as the Outback. It is a place where the horizon seems to stretch on forever. Here, temperatures soar during the day and plummet at night. The heat waves can be relentless, and the nights can be bitterly cold. Rainfall is scarce and unpredictable, making life a constant battle for survival. The dry riverbeds and sporadic rainfall are a testament to the harshness of the environment. It is no wonder that this immense land remains sparsely populated, a stark reminder of nature's raw power. The few settlements that do exist are isolated, clinging to the edges of this vast emptiness. Despite the harsh conditions, indigenous Australian communities have thrived here for thousands of years, adapting to the land and its rhythms. Today, the contrast between the bustling coastal cities and the remote, empty outback is a striking feature of Australia. It is a land where modernity and ancient traditions coexist, each telling a story of survival and resilience. As the sun sets over the outback, casting long shadows across the arid landscape, one can't help but marvel at the vast emptiness and the enduring spirit of those who call this land home. At the heart of Australia lies a formidable barrier, the outback. This arid expanse dominates the continent's interior. Vast deserts like the Great Victoria, the Great Sandy, and the Simpson stretch across thousands of kilometers. These deserts are not just vast, they are ancient, shaped over millions of years by relentless weathering and erosion. The outback is a land of extremes. Temperatures can reach scorching highs during the day, baking the red earth. Nights bring little respite, with temperatures often plunging below freezing. Water is scarce and precious. Rivers are often dry, reduced to cracked beds of clay. Life in the outback is a constant struggle against these harsh realities. Australia's climate is a tale of two extremes. The coastal regions enjoy a temperate climate with warm summers and mild winters. However, venture inland, and the climate transforms dramatically. The further you travel from the coast, the harsher the conditions become. The interior is dominated by an arid climate, characterized by low and unpredictable rainfall. This lack of reliable rainfall makes agriculture a risky proposition. Droughts are frequent and can last for years. The scorching sun and low humidity exacerbate the effects of drought. These harsh climatic conditions have played a significant role in shaping Australia's settlement patterns. Only the hardiest of souls dared to venture into the arid heartland. When European settlers first arrived in Australia in the late 18th century, they were drawn to the fertile coastal regions. The eastern and southeastern coasts, with their temperate climate and reliable rainfall, offered the best conditions for agriculture and settlement. These coastal areas quickly became the centers of population and economic activity. The vast, arid interior, with its harsh climate and challenging terrain, proved to be a significant barrier to inland settlement. Early explorers faced incredible hardships as they ventured into the outback. Many perished, defeated by thirst, hunger, and exhaustion. The stories of their struggles became legendary, reinforcing the perception of the interior as a hostile and unforgiving land. Section 5. The Tyranny of Distance: How Geography Shaped a Nation. Australia's geography has had a profound impact on its development. The sheer size of the continent, combined with its diverse landscapes from arid deserts to lush rainforests, has influenced every aspect of life in Australia. The vast distances between settlements created a sense of isolation and self-reliance. Communities were often hundreds of miles apart, making it difficult for people to connect with one another. Transportation was difficult and expensive, making communication and trade challenging. Early settlers relied on horse-drawn carts and rudimentary roads, which were often impassable during certain seasons. This tyranny of distance, as it became known, shaped the character of the Australian people. The early pioneers had to be resourceful and resilient, traits that have been passed down through generations. It fostered a spirit of independence and resilience. Australians became known for their ability to endure and thrive in harsh conditions, whether it was the searing heat of the outback or the isolation of remote settlements. Australians learned to adapt to the challenges of their environment and to rely on their own ingenuity. Innovations in agriculture, such as the development of drought-resistant crops and efficient irrigation systems, were crucial for survival. However, this geographical isolation also hindered economic development and national unity. Many rural areas struggled with economic hardship, and the lack of infrastructure made it difficult to attract investment and resources. It wasn't until the advent of railways and later air travel that the tyranny of distance began to be overcome. The construction of railways connected remote areas to major cities, facilitating trade and communication. Air travel further bridged the gap, making it possible to traverse the vast distances in a matter of hours rather than days or weeks. Today, while the challenges of distance still exist, modern technology and infrastructure have significantly mitigated their impact. The spirit of resilience and innovation that was forged in the early days of settlement continues to define the Australian character. Section 6. Boom and Bust. Historical Influences on Australian Settlement. The history of Australian settlement has been marked by periods of boom and bust, shaping the nation's development in profound ways. The discovery of gold in the mid-19th century triggered a massive influx of people, eager to strike it rich. This gold rush era was a pivotal moment, drawing thousands from across the globe, transforming sleepy towns into bustling hubs of activity. Gold rush towns sprang up overnight, often in remote and inhospitable locations. These settlements were characterized by their rapid growth and equally swift decline, as fortunes were made and lost in the blink of an eye. While some prospered, many quickly turned into ghost towns when the gold ran out. The remnants of these once thriving communities can still be seen today, standing as silent witnesses to the fleeting nature of fortune. These boom and bust cycles left an enduring legacy on the Australian psyche. The stories of sudden wealth and subsequent abandonment became ingrained in the national consciousness, influencing how Australians view opportunity and risk. They reinforced the perception of the outback as a land of both opportunity and risk. The vast, untamed landscapes of the outback came to symbolize the dual nature of Australia's promise, a place where great rewards could be found, but only at great personal risk. Even today, the allure of mineral wealth continues to draw people to remote corners of the country. Modern mining operations echo the gold rushes of the past, with new technologies and methods, but the same spirit of adventure and the hope of striking it rich remain. Section 7. Concrete Jungles, the Rise of Australia's Major Cities. As Australia prospered, its cities grew rapidly. Today, over 80% of the population lives in urban areas. The major cities, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide, are all located on the coast, reflecting the historical pattern of settlement. These cities offer employment opportunities, education, and a higher standard of living. The concentration of population in these coastal cities has led to a range of challenges. Housing affordability, traffic congestion, and infrastructure strain are ongoing concerns. The allure of city life continues to draw people from rural areas, further exacerbating these issues. Section 8. Empty Quarter, Full Potential. Economic implications of Australia's population distribution. The fact that such a large proportion of Australia remains sparsely populated has significant implications for its economy. The vast distances and challenging terrain make it difficult and expensive to exploit the resources of the outback. Transportation costs are high and infrastructure is limited. However, the outback is rich in mineral resources. Australia is a major exporter of iron ore, coal, and natural gas. The mining industry is a significant contributor to the Australian economy, but it also faces challenges. Finding skilled labor willing to work in remote locations is an ongoing concern. Section 9. A delicate balance: environmental concerns in an underpopulated continent. While Australia's low population density might seem like an environmental advantage, it also presents unique challenges. The vastness of the land makes it difficult to monitor and manage environmental threats. Climate change is a pressing concern. Australia is already experiencing more frequent and severe droughts, heat waves, and bushfires. The delicate ecosystems of the outback are particularly vulnerable to these changes. Protecting Australia's unique biodiversity requires careful management and a commitment to sustainable practices. The challenge for Australia is to balance economic development with environmental protection, ensuring that this vast and ancient land remains vibrant for generations to come.